Welcome back. Um, I'm glad that I set you guys down for a little bit. This jogger shaft was extremely difficult to take off of the lower frame. Um, it involved a sledgehammer and a lot of swear words and some hurt feelings. But we got it up. We're back in the workshop. We're going to pull our incorrectly mounted drive sheave or whatever you want to call it. Man, this thing is all sorts of wrong. I thought I just saw out of my peripheral vision a three-jaw puller, but I think maybe my eyes are deceiving me. I know they have one. I thought it was hanging on the tool wall, but it's not there. Let me go poking around. It might be back here somewhere. I don't know. Like I've said before, contents of this workshop seem to float around without any real rhyme or reason. So we might have a three-jaw puller somewhere. It might be gone. We don't know. I have one that's massive. I have another one that looks undersized. Oh, these are the tools we have on hand. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. So I'll show you what we got. We got this little guy. That might work. And then we got this little guy where one of his arms are missing. I think I saw it in the bottom of this drawer down here, but who would have taken it apart and why? I probably shouldn't ask questions like that anymore, because I may not like the answer. But let's see if we can find, if we have some way to hold this arm back in. Dig through a bucket of random nuts. There we go. Alright, so we got to fix the tools before we can fix the parts. Well, it's the way it goes sometimes. Alright, we have a bolt. Our one-jaw puller has now become a two-jaw puller again. Oops. I put the arm in backwards. Flip that 180. 180 flip. You know, sometimes you guys hear me say everything is a struggle. This is where that slogan kind of has come from over the years, where, you know, I get so used to, you know, like in my workshop, right? I have everything kind of exactly where I want it, and I know where it's at. But you go to other places, and you're using the tools that they have on hand. You don't know a lot of times what they have or don't have, or if it's in good condition, or, you know, like in this case, if it's halfway taken apart for no fucking reason. Why? I don't know. There probably isn't an answer. Square that bearing housing up just a little more so I can get the puller on it. I am going to put a lock washer in here on the end of this what do you call it? The screw thingy, so that I don't mar the end of this shaft up. Should work pretty good, I hope. Maybe. Bear with me, please. We'll make it there. Yeah. We gotta square up a little bit better. Yeah, I think that should work. That should be, that looks like 5/8, but might be a 9/16. I don't know. It is not a 9/16. Let's grab 5/8 off of their tool wall. Right here. Oh, good. They got a 5/8 speed wrench. Nice. Hopefully this comes off fairly easy. Nope. We're not lined up. This thing's walking around all over the place. Good Lord. Yep. Today, at least with this particular repair, is definitely being a struggle. Everything is going 100% not to plan. It's unfortunate. That's okay. We will persevere. Maybe. That's a big maybe. Do we have another plan? This puller is, it's not awesome. It seems to be potentially causing more issues than we're solving for here. Not exactly sure why somebody ground the pointy tip off of this. That pointy tip is supposed to help you stay in one place and not wander around while you're tightening. We don't have that pointy tip, so we're wandering pretty hard. Just like the rest of my life. I'm just wandering. You don't know where we're going. Let's get super meta here. Yeah, there's swear words are about to start falling out of my mouth. So somebody fucked that puller up. I don't have mine. So let's see if we can start it with a different puller. That might work. This one has a good point, but it's too fucking weak. What? Why did somebody grind this down like that? Could we... Yeah, let me I'll put you guys on pause. You guys are probably getting bored out of your skull right now. I'm going to try and sharpen this thing on the grinder. Alright, we're back. You might not see part one of this. This might start here because we struggled pretty bad. This puller was jacked up. I've made some adjustments to it. And hopefully we can get this bearing arm off nice and easy. I can get this set it up a little bit better. There we go. And I believe it's working. Let me might be, might not be. Please come out. Nope. We are still struggling, but I don't think we're making progress here, guys. I think they need some new pullers. Wow. Can I just beat the shit out of it with a hammer? Let's see if I can loosen some spacers up here. The two spacers on the end of this shaft are they're locked in there too, so the puller's fighting against that force as well. Well, maybe we abandon this project and see if they've got a spare shaft, and we'll just put new parts on a new shaft and throw this piece of shit in the garbage. I decided to go in a different direction since the pullers weren't working. If you guys don't see that in this video, just know that it was a huge struggle. They're set of gear pullers, they're all jacked up. It's unfortunate. There's a lot of struggling. Lesson learned the hard way. Bring your own gear pullers. I'm going to have to start packing another tool tote around. I don't trust anybody's equipment out in the road anymore. We have found another jogger shaft. So we're going to put new arms on it. It had bearings on it already. They're not the world's best, but they don't have any other bearings here. I want to get this done, back together, get their lane going for them sooner rather than later. So instead of struggling for hours to fight with that jogger shaft, we're going to find a different one and put everything together on that. Let's see if we can find, we need to hammer this on. Let's see if we've got a socket that's appropriately oversized. Where have they gone? Here. I believe that this will work. I do have bearing punches in my toolbox, but it's kind of far away. Deep well socket of the right size will do the exact same thing. There's that. Let's bring our spacers in. Oh, that one's marred up. That one's a little marred up too. There's a file, flat file, round file, any kind of a file in here. We gotta go all the way out to my toolbox, huh? I know there's a file in this shop. I've seen it. But where is it now? Aha! Right here. Clean this up a little bit. It's probably got some burrs on it from getting kicked around over the years. We're not trying to take a bunch of meat off. We're just trying to work out any high spots so our spacer can slide right on real easy. Sure did go down the rabbit hole on this project. I was expecting just to swap out a pick conveyor frame, and here we are. There's one, there's two. Let's bring our drive sheet in, and we're going to index this properly. You guys probably can't see as good as I can. I'm eyeballing this. I'm okay with eyeballing this. I know how it is supposed to go. This is going to be one of those trust me things. Well, I can show you how to check it too, if you're not sure. Oh, I forgot the special 2-hole washer. Get that one started. Oh no, we don't have the high collar lock washers on this. Book spec on these are high collar lock washers, so that the lock washers don't interfere with each other, because these two screws are really close together. Standard lock washers, you're just going to overlap, and that is not good. Alright, got two started. Uh-oh, this one's got bad threads. Alright, bust out the tap and die. Hopefully they've got a 1/4-20 tap and die here. Again, it's not something I usually stock in my toolbox unless I want to roll around 3,000 pounds of tools everywhere with me. Yep. Today everything is going to be done in the hardest way possible. This is probably a good time to recommend maintaining a proper parts inventory and proper supplies, and having spare parts made up and accessible and ready to go. Unfortunately, that is not the case here. This drawer used to have taps and dies in it. And there is not one single tap or die in this drawer to be found, even though it says taps and dies on it. So things have moved, and now I have to discover where they're at. I think this is where most of my time gets wasted. Is just wandering around looking for things. Can't read this. This is a 5/16 tap. I'm looking for 1/4-20, and I don't see one in here. Shit. Shit. Well, maybe everything is going exactly wrong. Oh, there's a broken stud in there. Well, that would explain it. So this piece of crap was kept in inventory. erroneously. And I don't see another shaft. And that's very, very unfortunate, because now we're kind of dead in the water, right? Well, I'm going to put you guys on pause. Yeah, this is getting ridiculous. Welcome back to the struggle bus. I've decided that I'm going to make one last ditch effort at drilling out this bad hole on jogger shaft number 2 that we found in the workshop. We're going to drill it out and tap it to a 5/16 by 18 thread on this one hole. Might work, might not. At this point, what do we have to lose? Not a whole lot. Alright, I think we've reached the bottom of the bore. Ow! Yep. Caught a little metal sliver there. That's okay. Got it out. Now the next question. Oh yeah, I gotta drill. I gotta bore out all these other holes here too. Yep. How far down the rabbit hole are we going? Pretty far down today. If we look at that offset, so our center hole in here needs to be drilled out to allow 5/16 clearance. So let's get our 5/16. Could go oversize. Looks like the next bit I have is 21/64 if we do need more clearance. We'll fit it first. If it doesn't fit, we'll open it up. If it doesn't fit, you must have quit. Right? Well, we need to do our double hole washer here too. Yeah, this is precarious, potentially dangerous. Yep. Oh boy. Yep. Well. Sometimes everything ends up being the hardest way possible. This is how we learn sometimes, or grow. I forgot to check if I have any hardware for this. Well, let's take a peek. Alright, so that's 1/4-20 hardware. Again, 1/4-20. Those are way too long. Is that 5/16? I'm not sure that is. That looks more like 3/8. Yeah. Dang it. So this bin went from 1/4 inch hardware all the way to 3/8. Strange. Oh. Maybe something in the button head section. Well, oh boy. Well, now you guys know when I put you on pause and I say I'm going to go rifle through the shop, now you know the challenges that we face. Dang. This is, it's about to get real sketchy here. Like how far down the engineering rabbit hole do we really want to get? Yeah, I'm going to veto that. The idea was to grind the head of this bolt down so I had clearance. It's just, let's just not do that. Let's see if we can find a better solution. If there is one. Well, there may not be. These are 3/8. There's just not a lot of call for a 5/16 button head or socket head Allen screw. Yeah, this is becoming discouraging. And I have to put a second bolt in there. I can't not put a bolt in there. This is going to be not a very good video. Things have already gone sideways. We don't have, yeah, the threads aren't very deep on that. It's going to end up being a 3-hour long stream of consciousness video here. I don't know. Nobody may ever see this. This may not ever see the light of day. This is one of the more frustrating things. You know, talk to, you know, one of the owners and let them know their pits are, you know, they're all got some issues that need major work. And every single time I work on a pit out here, I tell them it's going to be 5 hours. It may not be 5 hours, but 7 out of 10 times it's 5 hours. because of issues like this, where we're trying to custom fabricate some solutions because we don't have a inventory system. I'm glad they got those top pit frames in, but had I known that this jogger shaft was totally screwed up too, I would have recommended ordering one or two more of those. That's okay. Rant over. We have new, larger diameter threads. That just bottomed out. I'm not going to wipe my thumb across that hole again. I'm going to use a rag. I have a limit on how many times in a day I'm willing to get stabbed in the fingers. One is that limit right now. There we go. So we can get a bolt in there. This is good. Still got the sniffles a little bit too. God, I wish I didn't have to do this. This is, I don't really see any other way. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is another way. I'm just not seeing it. I'm getting frustrated. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. There may be another way. Rather than trying to grind the head of this bolt down, let me see if I can find a relatively thin jam nut and use the jam nut instead. Oh, good morning. Good idea, but it'll only work if we have a jam nut. No, those are too big. I'm okay.
Pretty bad combination I put on that jogger arm, the 14 on the 7-pin side, huh?
What was that?
The bad bolt I put in on the jogger arm on the 14 on the 7-pin side. The one that was made it look like it was going to blow off.
Well, so here's part of the deal. The pulley that mounts on this side that the belt rides in wasn't indexed properly. So that pulley was spinning like this.
So it was off.
Yeah, rather than turning like that, it was going high-low, 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 high-low.
And so, and that's my fault because I took it off to try to see if I could get that jogger arm off. So
No, you can't in the
And you
machine.
can't.
No.
Yeah, I
No.
found that out the hard way. But
Well-
yeah, when I went to put it back on, I did not put it back on
Yeah.
correctly.
Okay.
So that would have been my biggest problem. Otherwise, it would have possibly worked at this end briefly.
Yeah. Well, but the bearing in here is obliterated too.
Yeah. That's why I tried to put a bigger bushing in there with a bigger bolt just to get it by.
Yeah,
And-
it's not worth it.
And I know the bushing was
Yeah.
not the roller bearing that belongs
Yeah.
inside, which we actually had one.
Yeah.
But it has to be like pressed in, or you just hit a different jogger arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is there's a press here,
Yes.
so it can be done.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass, but it can be
Well,
done.
yeah, because you still have to take this off.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to use the bearing press with the jogger arm.
Yep.
Still in.
And all your pullers are fucked up too.
Yeah. See,
So there's that.
yeah.
All right.
So I'll let you continue on. That's the first one you started working on today?
I got 13 done. That just needed some rubber in the
On the bottom of the circuit board?
bottom of the pit board. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Donnie did some trimming on 12 because it had the same kind of issue, and then the ball quit hanging up and the pins were getting to the deal. So I think 12 he was able to resolve.
Cool. That's good.
We're assuming the ballast is bad on 8. We toggle switched. I put 2 brand new bulbs in. Used the switch in 3 different positions.
Okay.
Can't get the light to come back on.
Okay. I'll take a look when I get there.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
Something I tried to fix, but I apparently, without changing out the whole thing.
Well, one step at a time.
Yeah. I'm gonna go fix this thing out front.
Okay.
I'll be around.
One thing at a time. I need a slightly longer bolt. I don't know, man. This is gonna be. I think this is gonna be one of those no-win days. I am not having any luck. No, those are 3/8. No, there. Every time I think I see something, I'm like, that's it. And then I look at it a little closer and it's not it. Well, let's see if we can press forward with this just a little bit. Really, all I have to do is get this sheave on, and then lock everything down, and we'll be in good shape. We can do this. We can do this. I'm feeling somewhat optimistic. I mean, I'm not going to call it yet, but we're close. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. Is that the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I kind of feel like that's where we're headed with this. It's definitely creative for sure. And I don't know if I want to consider that a derogatory statement at this point, or potentially a positive one. It's not ideal, that's for sure. I think we can all agree on that. It's working. Yeah, this thing was been struggling with this fucker for an hour at least. I think we're ready to go back in the machine. I can show you real quick how to check this thing. So if you've got it in the pit and you roll this, you see how this stays in one spot?
Right.
If you're offset, you'll see this thing going brr,
It'll
brr,
move.
brr, yeah.
Yeah.
It won't be smooth and steady like that.
Right.
You'll see it bouncing up and down or
Right.
front to back or whatever.
And so while it's in the pit and it's installed, I should be able to roll it like that with the shaker board out so I can see it.
If the belt is off, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, on 14, that was one where I replaced that lower belt pulley already anyway.
That's
so.
probably why it got destroyed. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that thing was offset when you got there and it went back in
I
offset.
I don't think it was offset.
I don't know. Yeah.
I fucked it up and made it offset when I put it back on.
Either way, yeah.
I totally think that's how that happened.
Yeah. Well, this jogger shaft, for better or worse, it is in one piece. It's ready to go. It's not my best work ever, right? Because that had a broken bolt in there on that. I don't know why this got saved. This shouldn't have been saved. But either way,
It is what it is.
I
Right
rehabbed it. It's good. I'm not proud of it, but it will run.
I think that's the bottom line for his.
And it's better than it was. I had debated there about like just leaving that fucking bad bearing in there, and I thought, no, I don't want to do that. Why do all this work and then destroy another pit
how
conveyor?
many of these? I was going to say there can't be too many of these laying around in here
No,
for you to find a second one to even rehab.
exactly. No, there wasn't. All right. Cigarette break, and then we're going to jump back into 14, button everything up, and then go on to the next thing, figure out what our next thing's going to be.
So, not to mess you up, but 19, after we fixed it, I noticed the cam was not straight up and down, and I did a slide. It's still multiple dropping a 5-pin about once X amount of frames.
Yeah.
Not quite exactly sure.
Yeah, I saw it on the board. Well, with the way it's written on the board of that, it's like always like a number 5
It is always the
deck
number 5.
jam.
Yes.
Does that, could it be a bad deck shoot? Could that be making things worse? Could it be a spotting finger? Could be a deck roller?
All I see is I see the trigger not stopping and the next 5-pin just going right, following the second 5-pin right in behind it.
So there could be a lot of things to look at there, because is it letting multiple pins through at the 5? Is it not when it gets a full deck and it sets it down? Is that 5 getting stuck in the deck chute and it comes back up with the 5 in it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd say no.
We don't know. We have to watch it.
From what I've watched, no. The second 5-pin comes right up the elevator and poof, goes right in behind the first 5-pin.
Okay, so that's going to be
like double feeding
an indexing, or not an indexing, but more like a pin gate issue.
Possibly,
Yeah. So it's not,
That's the first thing I'd look for is a pin.
okay, cool. Yeah, we can do that.
Same thing on 11. Why Dave didn't, we had a lower tour belt. I learned how to put it on, and it's on correctly, and it works fine, but it won't stop indexing. It's just, it's index, 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 index all the way around the
Okay,
turret, just like non-stop. Once you turn it on, it starts indexing. So
okay,
that's where 11 is.
okay.
But at least the belt's back on. And
Yeah.
we had one. And
Yeah, you guys have a bunch of belts on that shell.
Yeah, and it was, well, it was behind the wheels there.
Yeah.
And it was the last one that I saw that looked like the long turret belt, so.
Oh, the long belt.
Yeah,
I was.
long
Oh, the
belt.
short belt. Yeah, you guys have plenty of short belts.
Yeah, it was a long belt.
Okay.
Not too bad.
All right.
Yeah, when you put 19 back together, I gotta do water duty.
Okay.